Hello everybody, my name is Shiraz Jaffer and I'm going to talk to you about cloud computing usage in non-profit associations. During the initial part of my assignment, I was researching the use of information systems to a non-profit generating sports club for my blog. Although I had recommended a system and how social media can help, I never explained why I chose a cloud solution for the club. So in this video, we will see why cloud computing will be beneficial for non-profit generating clubs or associations. Before we go on to why, let me briefly explain what cloud computing is. What is cloud computing? A simple search in Google will return many definitions for cloud computing. To put it in very simple words, cloud computing means provisioning of computer hardware or software as a service over the internet. People could access their files, emails, applications such as Microsoft Word, Excel, everything over the internet without having to install it or buy it for their computer. Although we wouldn't have thought about it, cloud computing has been around for a long time. We have used it in the form of Yahoo Mail, Hotmail, or AOL. All these applications have been used over the internet as a service in the past. But now, things have changed a lot. We got many different services offered over the cloud. So what are the services offered in the cloud? The first type is infrastructure as a service. In this service, computing resources such as memory, CPU, and storage are offered, and you need to build your own system. Therefore, you will be bearing the cost for the software. Amazon Web Services, IBM, and Rackspace offer infrastructure as a service. The second type is called platform as a service. Service providers will offer the building blocks for a system, and you will need to build your system based on this. This is particularly useful for developers, whereas they will be given a platform such as SharePoint where they could develop their website and host it. Providers like Amazon Web Services, Salesforce, and Microsoft Azure offer platform as a service. The third type is called software as a service. Here, users will be given access to applications such as Word, Excel, Google Apps, or Exchange, which they can use directly over any internet connection without having to actually install the software on their PC or laptop. Applications such as Office 365, Google Apps, Dropbox, and as mentioned in my blog, Club Manager, which is a service for managing clubs and members. So what are the advantages of cloud computing and how does it benefit non-profits? Well, first, you got the reduced cost of IT staff and maintaining IT equipment. You only pay for what is being used. You get improved productivity and accessibility, whereas you can access your document and work from anywhere in the world. You get storage and file sharing capabilities. If you are working on a file and you need it to be accessed by one of your colleagues who is hundreds of miles away, you don't need to send him the whole file on email. You could just share the link and he could retrieve it from his machine. You got collaboration services, whereas you and your colleague can work at the same file at the same time. You get information security. Security has been an arguable point in cloud computing. Some say that data transferred over the internet is not as secure as people could capture it. This is true to some sense, but in my opinion, I feel that data in-house is as vulnerable as data over the internet. A recent incident in Saudi Arabia where a group of attackers targeted Saudi Arabia and introduced a virus called Shamoon, which destroyed a huge amount of data in the Ministry of Labor, and it took them weeks to be online. Now, if this were to be in the cloud, depending on the SLA you had with the provider, you could call for backups or they may even have disaster recovery sites where you could retrieve your data. Another advantage in the cloud is elasticity. Here you could expand your services, or you could request for more resources from your provider. Then you get the reduced cost for other resources like electricity. This could contribute for a greener IT. A study from McKinsey has shown that 90% of the time, servers in the company are sitting idle. And during all this time, you are paying for electricity and the usage of the systems. Although there are many advantages in using a cloud system, there are some things to consider for a non-profit organization. The service relies heavily on the internet services. And if there is a downtime on the internet, you will not be able to access your system. Therefore, the organization may need to invest on an additional backup link. In the event that the service provider runs out of business or goes bankrupt, all your files, all your systems will be down. Access to historical backups. Normally the SLA with the provider will define how much of backup will be maintained. However, the more you maintain, the more you will have to pay for this. Therefore, it is important for the organization to decide what amount of backup will actually be needed. The popularity and the usage of cloud is growing. The compound annual growth rate for cloud services show that a significant improvement in cloud services in the year 2018, and also shows the data being transmitted in the cloud. And also the revenues earned by cloud providers are increasing, which means that more people are now moving into the cloud. So in conclusion, cloud computing will be the future of computing. Cloud computing can be suitable for any type of organization since it reduces the running costs such as electricity, IT staff maintenance or server maintenance. It is very suitable for non-profit organizations, and it also contributes for a greener IT. These are the list of preferences, and thank you for watching.